Guys, listen, before we dive into this week's episode of the Valleycast, I just have to tell you about some recent meals I've had by HelloFresh. I eat HelloFresh probably 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 times or 5 times a week, and my favorite are their little tiny meatloaves that they make. And you know what? That's just one of the delicious meals I've tried through HelloFresh. With over 50 menu and market items to choose from, you can try something new every week. So guess what? You can get 16 free meals plus 3 gifts with code ValleyCast16 at HelloFresh.com/ValleyCast16. What? We're telling you this right up front because we hope very much that you go to HelloFresh.com/ValleyCast16 to get up to 16 free meals plus 3 free gifts. If you do it and you use our code, it helps us continue to do this podcast, continue to talk to you, and it's all very beautiful. And also shout out to HelloFresh because truly, I think I would be dead without them. All right, let's dive into the show.
It's the best.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes. I think it starts with
Hey guys, welcome to the Valleycast, huh? How about it? We're back, baby, and whatever, man. It's been a week. What's been going on? Anything cool?
Whatever.
Can I tell you guys? I have a couple of things to talk about today. One of them.
All right, I have something I want to talk about. So
Okay, good. First, I really wanted to show you.
No,
guys.
I do.
What?
Yeah. Jackson, for our audio listeners, Joe's son is holding up a non-alcoholic beer called Root. Never heard of it.
It's an AW. Ow.
Must be new.
Ow. Root.
What do you got, Steve? What's going on?
I wanted to show you guys what's been going on. I wanted to show you guys what's been going on the Twitch streams.
Oh no.
Oh,
Starting off hot.
And we don't have to do that first, but I wanted to show you at some point. Just so you guys can see what's going on over on twitch.tv/the Valleyfolk every week. It's been real fun and weird. We had a 420 Mario Party on 420. And we played Mario Party. It was a lot of fun. It was really good. But okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was so I was
you
driving.
skipped over the first one. You're moving on to the second
No,
one?
I said we don't have to do that first.
Because
I see.
it is it's quite the experience that you have to dive into.
It's something we can save, or if you guys are feeling very disgusted about it, we don't have to do it at all. But I showed a little clip from this like Bryan Cranston Evil Monkey movie, and I think it's really fun, and you guys should look at it.
How old? Circa what? Circa
I want to say like before Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay. It's not Monkey Shines, is it?
It's not Monkey Shines.
Huh.
Because he's not. No, because I feel like he would have been considerably younger if it was Monkey Shines.
All right. Well, I'm excited. Are you showing it now or later?
Do you want to see it now?
Well, now we're talking about it, so now we have to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then here, I'll show you guys. I've been having a lot of fun doing these stupid things, and hang on, I'm gonna go to the VOD page.
Update. Speaking of 420, my daughter is now of the age where numbers are funny without context, and if she sees 420, she's laughing and she is making a big deal of it.
Whoa!
Yet
But
having
does she know?
She knows, but is not a partaker.
But that's not the funny part about it. The funny part about it is that it's a meme.
Yeah, it's a number that means something.
Cool. That's very fun.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
That's fine. I mean, think of all the things that you thought were so funny.
420.
That were when you were
There
that
it is.
age.
Just like that.
Who just said it? Was it Jet? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought the stupidest trash was funny, and I'm sure stuff that I heard on Married with Children was stuff that I would repeat as a child and be like, I shouldn't be saying this shit. I don't know what it means.
Married with Children. Good. Great.
Like, do you remember?
Episode 4 of season 2. I know what you're talking about there.
Classic.
Do you remember? Was it Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey where they say 69 and they're like 69? I remember being like, I don't know what that means, but it's funny.
Dude, adults like I think we're all past 420 a little bit, but I do feel like I hear adults snicker, laugh, and point out the number 69 whenever it comes up. Still,
Oh, absolutely.
grown adults, yeah, without
It's
any
gold.
irony.
It took a while to figure it out, though. It took a while to figure out like what that was, and then once you did, you were like, "Is this worth it?" So anyway, for those of you listening, I'm gonna show the boys what's been going on over on the Twitch channel, and maybe some of you have been over there. I know that actually, after mentioning it on the podcast, we had more people come to check it out, and they were like, "We heard you talking about it on the podcast, so we wanted to see what was going on." And it's basically, I'm just losing my mind, kind of. And I this
is just like continued quarantine, isolation, insanity.
Yeah, but I just think you guys need to be aware of what's going on over there, and then maybe we'll just do a real quick kind of like overview. Like this isn't like, this isn't like a focus group. But
What do you mean it's not a focus group?
Well, I wouldn't say by any official capacity it's a focus group. Like I'm not looking for feedback, but I am interested in opinions, and I'm interested in just an overview.
Okay, great.
From me and Joe, right?
From you and Joe, from you and Joe.
Okay, great.
Yes.
In short, this is going to continue no matter what we say.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So for those of you that aren't watching, you're really missing out on some beautiful stuff here. But you should check out what I'm showing the boys at youtube.com/thevalleyfolk and watch the video version of the show. But Joe and Elliot, do you guys want to describe kind of like give us a play-by-play of what we're seeing?
Well, that there is an adorable kitten crawling up a wall chasing a laser pointer.
Pretty cute.
And now it's
Prior
stuck.
to that, it was a cat eating a cardboard box. Its head seemed to be uncomfortably stuck in it, but it seemed to be comfortable with it. So
it seemed like fun box time.
Wasn't freaking out.
This cat is on a sheer wall. A sheer wall.
Completely stuck to it.
Stuck on it. Climbed up the whole dang
like
thing.
Like Spider-Man.
That's is that a Siamese? What is
Looks
that? That's
like,
adorable little
Siamese.
kid.
Yeah, Siamese are cute cats. Definitely.
Good cats.
So basically,
never met a mean one.
I'll start off the stream and people won't really know what's gonna happen. It's basically kind of like, hey, everybody gather around at this point, But here comes the Bryan Cranston thing I wanted to show you guys.
Very good, sir.
So apparently Bryan Cranston was in this movie about an evil monkey.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind lining the drinks up?
Very good, sir.
What are you seeing here, Elliot?
Travel time there.
Well, I'm seeing some sort of a green goblin serving drinks, I guess, asking for drinks at 2 a.m. in the morning. I mean, nothing good happens.
But we're talking like...
Is this real, Steve? Is this a real thing?
Yeah, man.
This is like if the Labyrinth didn't have a budget.
Yeah.
Should I call you a cab?
No. You don't even have to phone home. I can drive
Nice.
a straight line.
It's a drunk. It's a drunk goblin.
Drunk alien.
So this is just kind of like getting people in here.
That's just bringing them in.
This isn't the Bryan Cranston one. This is the Simpsons interpretive dance one.
Oh my god.
Easily confused.
Easily confused. They all kind of blend in together. But I just want you guys to know that, we just have fun over there on the Twitch stream. And it's real bonkers, and we basically
spitballs at my classmates. I will not shoot spitballs at my classmates. I will not shoot spitballs at my classmates. Spitballs at my classmates. I will not shoot spitballs at my classmates. I will not shoot spitballs at my classmates. Spitballs at my classmates.
So anyway, what do you guys
I'm
think
gonna go
about
ahead
that?
I'm gonna go ahead and delete the Valleyfolk Twitch.
What do you guys think about Eventually I play Fortnite with people, and it's really fun.
I suppose my reaction is, Steve, it's probably not for me, but you know where I do get joy from it? Knowing how much fun you're having doing it.
Yeah, I just wish that someone else could run things while I kind of focus on the show. but I guess it's part of the fun that
it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same. Yeah.
It'd be very, very, very
I guess
different.
not. Anyway, but it would be really fun to have you guys on at some point for something. I was thinking we could do like a movie game stream or something if you wanted to.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I just did a bunch of Instagram stories today about movie game where I pretended that I hated it and don't get it, and I had a great time doing it.
That's really funny.
It's like they combine movie time. I don't know.
And you know what we've learned, guys, is that we all got bits.
You got bits.
we all got bits.
So many bits.
Okay, so really quick, let me wrap up this thing and then we can move on. But the other day, I was driving on the freeway with a friend, and who do I see?
Interstate. That's interstate for non-LA.
Sorry, interstate. Yeah, well, or bypass. What do they call it? A bypass?
Sure. Well, bypass is different, but yeah.
The freeway. You were on the freeway.
I was on the freeway, highway, bypass, and
life is a byway.
And I was with a friend, and who do I see pulling up in a car, like on the freeway, doing funny bits, trying to get my attention? I'll give you two guesses, Elliot.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
It was Kanye. He was doing his bit. He was doing his freeway bit. It was Joe Beretta, and he was like, "Hey, buddy," and we were like laughing, and it was great.
Well, my hey, buddy. To be fair, is you had no clue I was coming up on you,
yes.
and I rolled the window down and had my full arm extended.
Oh, nice.
Was flipping you the bird.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were both on the road. What are you doing out and about? Well, Joe, you have a job. Steve, what were you doing out and about?
Where was I coming back? I don't know. I forget what I was doing.
I was doing my community service.
Yeah, I was cleaning up the freeway.
I was cleaning the freeway. I was coming home.
You guys connected on the freeway?
We connected on the freeway. It was a real quick moment. It was really fun. It was like, okay, hi, bye. It was a special moment. Anyway, that was that. Fast forward to last week, which was maybe 2 weeks after Joe and I connected on the freeway. My mom calls me. And she says, "Hey, mijo, how are you?" And we talk and we do that whole thing. And then she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. We were driving on the freeway and we saw you in the car with a friend, and the whole fucking family was in the car, guys. My brother, my sister-in-law, my two nephews, and my mom and my dad in one car." Okay? And they see me on the freeway with my friend, and they don't try to get my attention.
They don't flip you off?
They didn't flip me off. They didn't scream at me. They didn't honk their horn or anything. And I guess there was this big kind of debate in the car whether or not they should bother me while I'm on the freeway driving. Like I could get distracted or some shit. Like I'm not always fucking around on the freeway anyway, in some way. And you know, like
you're a maniac on the road.
I was upset that they decided not to get my attention, and then told me like a week later
that you're out of the will.
That I'm out of the will. I said, "You're not going to see me for Mother's Day, Mom."
Not again.
I was upset, dude. So would you guys be upset?
Absolutely not.
If your family lived close by, and and they were driving by on the freeway and saw you and didn't get your attention, and then told you like a week later.
No.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I understand. Are you angry at them? Is this an ongoing drama?
I would have been upset at Joe if Joe was like, "Hey, I saw you on the freeway and I didn't pull up and do a funny bit."
No, yeah. If anything, it's a dangerous thing when you see a friend on the road, because I will go out of my way.
Right. You ignore everything else to go do a bit.
Everything.
If Elliot saw either of us on the freeway, there's a 20% chance he would try to moon us while driving.
Yeah.
20% chance, and that's too high of a percentage.
But it was my whole fucking family. So not even my brother was like, "Let's at least go, hey!" out the window. I was upset about it.
You were
I
born
just
with
had
the
to get
bits,
that off
dude.
I had to get it off my chest.
You were
'Cause I
born with
feel
the
like-
bits. They don't have the bits. You have the
I know.
bits.
I'm so different from them in that way. Is that I want to do fun bits all the time. But they should know. I mean, my mom listens to Dynamic Banter. She listens to every episode of that fucking show, and she knows that I'm always fucking around and making noises. And I love it when people make noises at me and scream at me and shit. I love that. Dude, I love that Joe did what he did on the freeway with his big hand out with his middle finger. I love it, and that's the appropriate thing to do when you see me on the freeway.
A little nugget of joy. That's all that is.
I was upset.
Good.
Anyway, I had to get it off my chest.
Just to get it clear, so Joe, you flipped him off? Is that kind of and you kind of just held it out and
I held it out. It took him a moment to realize. I think at first he was like, "What the hell?" And then they saw it, and then they had that like look of realization on their faces. It was very nice.
It was great. It was a good moment.
And they said,
"Wish I would have been invited."
There wasn't an invite.
Wish I was involved.
There was no invite. No one got an invite. It was a chance meeting.
Yeah,
dude, I'm gonna be driving today. I was wondering if like, hey, there's just a chance we might run by Steve. Like, do you want to go drive? But not with me, but like within the vicinity.
I would do it.
Hey, Elliot, can you meet me on the 101 before the Van Nuys exit at 2:13 p.m.?
I think Joe might be there.
And don't be late. I'm talking 2:13 p.m. on the nose. I think we can catch him on the freeway. I've done a lot of math. I got that like Charlie Day thing where he's like at the board and he's got all the strings and stuff.
Just a living meme.
Anyway, all right.
But you screamed, "We're going to the Renaissance Fair," and then you went to a Renaissance Fair. Was that fun?
Did.
What'd you guys do?
Wonderful. Met up with some friends. Had some delicious food and libations, and watched a joust, and saw a lot of sunburnt boobs and happy smiles.
Specifically
Beautiful.
sunburnt boobs? They're just hanging out? They're just...
Well, sunburnt boobs, is a big part of Ren Fair because a lot of people wear corsets. They dress up in like Renaissance
you mean the
thing,
the
and
top halves of the
they're
boobs.
getting sunburnt. Yeah, the boob shelf, red boob shelf.
Red Boob Shelf sounds like a book series that we would have like read when we were kids about like anthropomorphic animals that were from medieval times.
Yeah. I'd read that series. But yeah,
The
it was fun.
Tales.
It was a good time. I highly recommend going to Ren Fair to you guys if you want. I don't know, whatever.
Shit! I finally watched.
Take the kids.
Finally watched some Batman. The Batman. Of the Batman.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I texted Elliot about a little bit, but my initial thoughts are.
And I sent a novel back to Joe.
It's a great novel, by the way. It's emo Batman. I appreciate that it's like Seven meets Batman.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the take on the Riddler.
Me too.
A lot. I thought that was great. I hated the Batmobile so much.
No, I loved it. I loved it. It made so much sense to me. It's the first time the Batmobile has ever made sense.
Just because it was a car? Just because it was a boring car?
Car that some kid was working on, like you see all the time.
Boring car.
No, it's perfect.
Not
it's
a boring car.
perfect. I think it's the most perfect Batmobile.
I don't agree with that,
but listen, but not when we're talking about like obviously the OG 85 is it 85
89.
The 89 Batmobile is iconic because it's the first kind of like big gritty big screen after Adam West Batmobile, and that's really cool. And like whatever, all the Batmobiles are fun in their own way, but this one made sense in the real world.
I guess
don't.
I would agree.
That I can agree with, but it wasn't fun to me. It's just like, okay, cool, loud car.
You didn't like the reveal? The reveal blew my mind because they do such a good job making you forget about the Batmobile the whole time.
Yep.
Reveal was
chase
cool.
Was my favorite Batman
Brilliant.
chase scene that's ever.
The chase scene was amazing, and
So good.
Colin Farrell has cemented himself as one of the best actors. I love him so much.
I know, but isn't it so De Niro though? It's so De Niro.
It doesn't. It's
What are you doing, Batman? It's like,
if you didn't know that was Colin Farrell prior to that movie, and somebody gave you 50 guesses as to who that actor is, you would have never ever
Joe,
got it.
Can I say something here? Do you not check your Instagram DMs because it's getting. I send you every now and then like a meme, and
I don't
it's
check
like
them often.
weeks later that you're like, ha, and you don't look at it. But there's a meme where from I think it was the account Hood Clips where it said when you finish watching the porn, but it's still playing, and then it's the clip from the penguin going, "Ah, why are you showing me?
Why you
Come
showing me
on!"
that? Why you showing me that?
Very funny.
Oh, why you showing me?
Why are you showing that? Come on. So
Dude,
good.
I love that.
I gotta check my DMs more, apparently.
Dude,
Anyways, I thought it was fun.
can I tell you what I didn't like? Probably as much as you didn't like the Batmobile.
Please.
That entire like arena scene. I felt like it was the
It's
only
the
thing that
third
felt.
act. It's the
I
third
know,
act
I
super
know, I
thing.
know, I know.
They gotta do it.
But like everything else felt so different and new.
May I speak in defense of that
Please.
scene though?
Please.
I do appreciate that the Riddler was already locked up during that. So it's not like the typical thing where there's some big fight at the end.
All right.
He's already set it all up. And I brought this up to Joe, but I think the whole point of the Batman is not that he's hyper violent. I think it was advertised wrong. I think it's that he was actually not that good at anything. Like he kind of screwed everything up. And so that scene was the culmination of him just being completely unaware of what was going on in a grander level. But like he thought at first Selina was the murderer.
Yeah.
He thought the Penguin. He basically every moment gets
he just went down
wrong.
the list until he got it right.
But but like that's kind of what a detective does, right? Like they kind of go through all the list of suspects and then they kind of like I mean, I think we were just seeing his.
But he didn't even see.
He's young and he's not the world's greatest detective yet.
Exactly. That's what it. Yeah.
Do they
I like a lot.
Maybe it went over my head, but do they establish in it, or are we just assuming that he is a young Batman because it's Robert Pattinson? Or do they establish that, like, I'm just kind of getting started?
It's been 2 years. He
Oh.
says right in the opening monologue.
Missed
2
that.
years of nights have turned me into a nocturnal animal. Yeah,
Okay.
I've watched it 4 times. Which
That's
is
a
not
lot
normal.
of time.
You know,
that's a lot.
You know what? So I read a really cool fan theory that was like, in the Batman universe, so Bruce Wayne's vigilante character is called Vengeance.
Yeah.
And it's the people that like see him that call him the Batman because he looks like a bat, I guess.
Whoa.
And even Matt Reeves said that the bat symbol on his chest is not a bat at all. It's just like those blade things that look like
a bat.
Yeah, but it's like not. But it's like everyone else is calling him Batman, and it's almost like the public calling him that changed it to Batman.
Yeah. I will say though,
which is a really cool theory. I like
in
that.
This movie, however, as much as I enjoyed this version of the Batman, much like you're saying the car fit in this world because the car felt newer, I do feel like Batman felt dumber looking in the reality that was this movie. Like, why are you dressing like that, dude? Like, what? You're not a bat? Your name's Vengeance? Why are you dressing like that?
You know what?
I would agree.
Even though it was fine and it looked cool and it was as normalized of a Batman as maybe you could think, but at the same time, you're still like, what are you doing, dude?
You know what though? They did like a really good job with like making people react to it in the way that people really would.
I liked that. I like that noir sense when they're explaining
even,
it.
When he remember when he they come in after the mayor was murdered or whatever. And Batman's in there with Gordon and all the other Gotham PD are there. And one of them says it's not fucking Halloween and shit. And they always say that in a Batman thing. They always go what is it, Halloween? When they see Batman. But in this case, they made it a point to make it seem like it's truly kind of unsettling to see a guy wearing that.
Yeah.
You know, and even to the criminals that were like afraid of him, like that added to the element of fear to the criminals, I think, which is that this guy is like dressed like a fucking bat, I guess.
Maniac.
And he's like crazy and he's violent and he's like got like cool shit and he's got money, it seems, and it's like it adds to the intimidation, I think.
There's a nuance that I really enjoyed with the cop, the singular cop that was always giving Batman crap and like calling him a freak and like, what's up with this guy? And then he sees him as Bruce Wayne. He's like, what's up, Bruce Wayne?
That's Bruce Wayne.
That's so good. Yeah, it was good comic relief. That wasn't.
No. When he shows up as Batman to the club and he's like, I'm here to see the Penguin. And they like he has to beat the crap out, but then when he shows up as Bruce Wayne, they're like, all right, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
The twins.
Yeah. The twins. I see you met the twins.
Were the twins part of the comic? I wonder. I don't know. Back in the day. Anyways, I think it's enjoyable. It's a different take on it.
Jax is really good.
I know. There's gonna be a super cut of him in the.
Do you think he's gonna be tired when you're done?
I hope so.
He's gonna have a nap after this.
Guys, listen. It turns out that 11% of the accounts tweeting currently about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial,
don't you say,
are bots.
Oh no!
And not only that, the majority of the bots are tweeting in favor of Amber Heard.
Oh.
So
now there's a lot to dive in. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll save questions till the end.
Okay, ditto. Ditto.
It's only my personal opinion, but it seems as though, Amber Heard really shit the bed on this one. But no, for real, it
don't
seems
forget
that
to like and subscribe, and also, what's your favorite celebrity courtroom?
HelloFresh. Yeah,
it was fresh. It was very fresh.
Are you guys keeping up on this trial the way I am? Like it feeds me. Like I am so on board.
Absolutely not.
It's interesting because we don't know where to go with our thoughts because we have two actors that are pretty good actors. That are like both.
I would say one actor's way better than the other.
Yeah,
even
sure, but they're both
in and out of court at this point.
Sure, but it's still hard to tell what's going on, really.
Have you guys watched any of the clips of Johnny Depp on the stand,
eviscerating the prosecuting lawyer? Yeah,
and being so charming,
as like winning over everybody.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, is it just him being a charming actor and he has charisma because he's a charismatic person and like,
you know what? That's enough for me. I don't.
It's
care.
always been enough. I think that works most of the time.
Yeah, it is one of the craziest.
It's crazy.
Okay. Here's the final thought I have about it.
No. Let's talk a lot about it.
I doubt it's your final thought.
It can't be.
You're right. You're right. But there's plenty of thoughts. But the biggest thought I have is that the one person who is the most thankful for this trial currently, and there's two reasons for this. The one person who loves that this is happening is Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will Smith.
Like, yeah, but you know who hates that Will Smith is happy about it? Jada Pinkett Smith.
Exactly, and that's the second reason that he loves it, because apparently Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are on the rocks, and he has a fortune of like $300 to $350 million, and they'll have to like split that essentially.
Yeah, and she's like trying to like there's divorce talks.
Divorce talks.
If the divorce
it'll be a
happens,
messy Hollywood
huge.
Divorce. Yeah. And he's watching this trial like a hawk to see how this all goes down.
Did you see where
who else is watching this trial like a hawk?
A hawk.
A hawk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Ethan Hawke.
Really nailed it. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke loves it.
Did you see that Will Smith's first public appearance since this has happened occurred, and there was a tweet or a picture, and it was as far away from here.
No.
It was just with like some random security guard in India. Like he's like, I'm out. Goodbye. This is where I exist now. Anyways, who was the other person you were saying? Like a hawk, Steve?
Oh no, that was it. Ethan Hawke.
Oh man. So funny.
Damn, dude. I think like I've been I'll go to Reddit and browse Reddit for certain things, and then like there will be Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff in there, and that's where I'm getting most of my info from it. But it's bonkers. It's like truly bonkers.
Yeah.
Like and then there's all sorts of stuff coming out. Like I saw people posting this thing that said that when they asked like this charity, they asked like some children's hospital charity, like who is the best celebrity they've ever worked with, and they said it was Johnny Depp, because he would like show up without question and like sit with all the kids and spend all this time with the kids, and like he's this
he showed up
empathetic.
With he showed up as Jack Sparrow, and there's the clip of him being like, "Oh, I got a bandage because I ate part of my finger. I just ate a little bit of it, whatever." And it's just like sick kid just being like, I don't get it, but I think you're really cool.
But they're delighted,
so cool.
And he's like taking his time to do it and shit. And it's like, what is this like? Obviously this is like, you know, strategic while this like court case is going on. I feel like that this information is coming out. Do you feel like this Amber Heard bot situation is coming from Amber Heard's PR teams, and the Johnny Depp stuff is coming from Johnny Depp's PR teams?
Yeah.
And it's like everyone's throwing out all this stuff. And
dude,
like
I bet you it's a little bit of both, but
it has to be.
I honestly bet a lot of it is still being farmed from overseas. Because I was also thinking whenever that stuff came up as top trending was, oh, look, another thing to distract me from Ukraine and how crazy Russia is.
Totally.
So it's only behooves Russia to continue to push stories to the American entertainment obsessed audience to think about things other than genocide and authoritarianism and fascism.
Or it's happening in Yemen, I think is the other one. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about, but yeah, it's a great where you're like, oh yeah, this is happening. This is always insane, but that's a good theory. I that makes sense, Joe.
I try to not watch, like I've watched some of the clips, but I don't watch them too much. It's like when I am not invested enough in the case that I need to look at like couples porn, tortured couples porn when they're just fighting and screaming.
Like the people's court.
It's just sad. It's sad and it's
the
horrible.
People's court with big celebrities.
I love it. I love it. And I will eat it for 3 meals a day. Basically, I will keep going into it because it's like, it seems like Hollywood went from being this, like even the Oscars, which everyone goes, no one likes to watch the Oscars, and then this huge thing happens at the Oscars where Will Smith slaps Chris Rock,
and
I'm like, all right,
gonna watch
I'm
the
back
next
in
Oscars. Now. Yeah,
it's like Hollywood is becoming this reality show, like a parody of itself, and but man.
Well, I was talking to somebody about that because it's was it Andy? It might have been Andy Mogren. Like the Oscars haven't been like something we've cared about for like 10 years. And I think it's 100% it's got to do with the internet, because YouTube and online culture has made anybody and everybody a celebrity at any time, which means you don't give a crap about old school celebrity culture. They're not as vaulted as they used to be. They're not as untouchable. And because your next door neighbor can be a celebrity or your child can be a celebrity, you don't care about Brad Pitt as much. It's like they're not as mythical or mystical anymore.
Yep.
So Hollywood you have to stay in the conversation. It almost has to be off the rails. It almost has to be some salacious.
Yeah. As Jim Carrey said, Hollywood's not the cool kids anymore. They're not the cool club.
Oh, Jim Carrey, modern day philosopher.
Well,
absolutely
and now we're
beautiful
seeing
man.
like, you know, the how celebrities handle like things like this too, and how appropriately timed a lot of these like incidences are and things like that. Like the whole Kardashian thing, like we had all this Kardashian news, which I hate talking about it, but there was like this whole thing that came out that was like Roblox had like some Kim Kardashian sex tape thing. Like, did you hear about this?
Kardashian, as soon as you say it, it's a blind spot.
I know.
It's a link that I'll never click on. It
should be.
I've never cared about the Kanye angle. I've just never cared about that side of all of the
That's
crap
the
that
way
we
to
are
be.
that we are like vicariously connected
I
to
know.
in the
It's
smallest of
garbage.
ways in the entertainment world.
But it's just so obvious how things come out when it's like, oh, this new Kardashian show is coming out, or like, you know, this new movie's coming out. Here comes all this controversy and shit. And it's like, it's more evident to people that there's like a lot of like really like planned shit.
Yeah, Sarah Whittle pointed it out right when that show was coming out. Kim Kardashian and blanking out his name. What's his name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. It was this photo of them like together, and Sarah Whittle was like, they just released this photo right when the show's coming out. Like, this is all part of the marketing thing. And I was like, yeah, I knew that. I got that too.
But I think, like, as you know, we're talking about the celebrity thing kind of crumbling a little bit. I think like this is becoming more common knowledge. Things like that happen, like fortuitous promotional things happen, like at the same time things happen. Like even we do it to a degree. We're like, you know, the movie game is shipping to people. We should do a stream where we play the game so people can see us playing the game and shit. And it's all kind of like the industry has this kind of like working machine gear that just never stops.
Yeah,
but
social media is just another avenue to
exactly. But
it's
we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes everything kind of like deceiving in a lot of ways, but you know, but the whole industry is deceiving in general. You know, it's like we got actors pretending to be things and shit like that. You know,
what's real interesting about what you guys are saying though is, and I completely agree with every point, but I also think we've been kind of like in and out of it for a while. We've seen the pratfalls, we've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, we've experienced the highs and the lows and the Chris pratfalls, Mario, and I will say, so every once in a while on Twitter or on social media, somebody can bust through with just unbridled enthusiasm and a lack of cynicalness that really makes me smile. And it like they're celebrating their wins and there's no bullshit behind it. And they're just telling the world how life is going. Shelby Young comes to mind. Like her life
Shelby's
is like,
awesome.
It's like she's experiencing such a rise right now, and she's just like expressing gratitude and, like I said, just unbridled enthusiasm without any cynical bend to it. And I really, really like it. Like I gravitate when I see it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it can be that way too. Like you can kind of throw the ball both ways. It doesn't have to always be like, oh, everything's bullshit.
Yeah.
Be like, there's some bullshit, but man, there's some happiness and some good stuff out there too, and it's nice to focus on it every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes you want to like, you know, join the doldrums, and sometimes you want to go like, let me have some eye bleach or whatever, you know, and let me get some nice shit in my face there. It's good to have a balance, I guess. I don't know.
It makes me smile. I like it.
Do you guys have any interest in seeing The Northman?
We talked about this last time, and also, yes.
Have you not seen it yet?
Not yet.
You still have not seen it. All right. Well, please go see it. Elliot, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, I still got to see it.
Okay.
I'm very excited to. I've gotten a little bit spoiled, so I'm not, but
that's
I'll
okay.
still
Don't go any further with any spoilers and just see the fucking thing, will you?
Have you guys watched The Dropout? I mean, my goodness, guys.
No, I don't even know what that is.
We've talked about it. We talked about it last week. It's about the Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh yeah.
Theranos. You gotta watch it. It's very good. It's got the guy from Lost in it. There's really wonderful.
That's right.
And also, just to bring up something from last week, again, I would just like to say, black shirts back.
All right.
Dude, and by the way,
that feels like yesterday. Holy shit.
But we're all wearing black again.
We're back. All right. Also, to harken back to last episode, Moon Knight continues to be awesome. Moon Knight is
don't spoil anything. Grace gotta get back in town, then I'll be caught up. Tonight we're gonna get caught up.
I'm just delighted. I'm tickled pink by this show because it's bonkers, man. It's not like any other Marvel thing. Anytime the Marvel logo shows up, I forget it's Marvel because it's so different and cool. That's
how it felt from episode 1. I was like, this
really, yeah.
They're
it just
really going for it.
and it doesn't stop, and it really takes you somewhere other Marvel stuff hasn't really visually, I feel like.
I just don't like the
Egypt.
Batmobile in it.
I think it makes sense in the world, though.
It does make sense in the world. That makes you know what?
Is Oscar Isaac our new just like gem? Do we just love him in everything?
We love him in everything.
Yeah.
Like everything, right?
He just better shut his mouth and not pull a Chris Pratt.
You watched him in what?
I watched him in A Marriage Story or The Story of a Marriage or whatever it is. And I didn't know, like, I was in a hotel by myself, like traveling. And
way to go big and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Really splurged.
And I was like, this is Oscar Isaac. I was like, this will be cool. It was absolutely the most heartbreaking thing I've ever watched. Like, and I watched, like, I threw it on like, it was in a hotel where the cable plays all the time, and I've turned on HBO. It just happened to be on, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's the one. That's not the one with Scarlett Johansson and fucking.
No, it's no. You're thinking of Adam Driver and that whole thing.
Yeah, that's not what you're talking about.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Jessica Chastain, I think, is who it is, and it is gut wrenchingly good.
More
like
than
it's
the,
so
than
high
the Scarlett
quality.
Johansson one.
I didn't watch that same. I knew what I was getting into with that one.
With this one you didn't know.
I don't
what
like
you were in store for. Yeah.
These movies that they make or these programs with the couples that have that you
problems
love that then they disintegrate is my god. That's
a
horror. It should be a horror genre. It is the most.
What's the one with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams? Do you remember that one?
When they're hugging, it's the blue something.
The blue Valentine?
Oh, Blue Valentine. Damn, that one's fucked up.
Dude, that's Elliot, you're so right. That's a fucking horror film.
It's I'm like, this hurts so much worse than a demon or a monster. It gets me.
What's the movie with Natalie Portman and she's like
Closer.
A dancer?
Closer. And that movie is brilliant and it will destroy you.
That's another one, yeah. We should come up with our definitive list of movies that will destroy you.
Just break your heart. Yeah.
I think Meet Joe Black should be in there.
Yep.
Roar horror. The roar horror stories. The romantic. Roar horror. They're romantic horror movies.
Oh,
roar horror. Yeah,
horror romance. Horror man.
Oh man, I will never watch Blue Valentine ever again.
Have you ever seen the Before trilogy?
Before Sun. I haven't watched them actually. I need to.
So I watched the first one and was blown away. It's wonderful. It's just a cute little. It's Richard Linklater, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this beautiful little like meet cute Ethan Hawke. It's Ethan Hawke, right? Or Ethan Hunt? Ethan Hunt.
It's the guy. It's the guy.
We'll find it.
Impossible.
It's the Ethan Hunt that's based off of Mission Impossible. Ethan Hunt, but the real guy.
He's not even an actor. They just brought him in.
He worked for MI6 and they put. But I heard those movies because like it eventually ends with them like falling apart or whatever. But the first movie is them falling in love, meeting each other and falling in love, and then the next one is about their like amazing relationship, and then the third one I think is like the end of their relationship, and it's like I don't want to watch that.
No.
I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see people fall in love.
Who does watch that? What's the demo?
You know what, man? I'll tell you. People who are heartbroken, I think, because they want to watch something that makes them feel not alone. Yeah,
I think it's emotion porn at the end of the day. Like I will say, I do enjoy those movies. I do enjoy
Closer
feeling and going on that journey with people, especially since I don't have to in that moment. And there's something human to connecting with that.
Well, it's like watching that.
But I'm not gonna. I'm not going to go do it multiple times. I'm not watching that over and over again.
No.
That's not repeat viewing like Shawshank Redemption. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, and also like, people write those movies because they're heartbroken and they're like, I'm gonna write my story because this is how
Well, they're good at it.
I'll heal.
And they're good at it.
And they're good at it. Yeah.
Like
well, yes, sure.
But bringing it back to Oscar Isaac, he is he's perfect.
He's
I
perfect.
think he's perfect.
He just needs to never use social media.
And,
don't ever talk ever
don't
again.
Ever open your mouth outside of your scripts.
Just keep doing it. Yep.
Go back to 1990s celebrity status.
Yep.
But now back from Oscar Isaac, back to what we were talking about post Oscar Isaac, back to Oscar Isaac. What is your? So I just said I don't watch those emotional torture movies.
What's your POI pre Oscar Isaac?
Yeah.
What's your social security number? What movie is emotional torture that you have put yourself through it a number of times? And I have an answer for me, and it's hard for me to watch, and I haven't watched it for a while, but I've watched it multiple times because it's so good that I think it's worth just my emotions getting shredded, and that is The Road, which is so hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I
Never again.
No, never seen it, heard enough, not going to do it.
Mine might be.
The Road is mine, hands down.
I think mine's Coco.
I don't consider that.
Coco's
Well, there's moments
Coco.
in Coco.
When we watched Coco in your apartment, Steve, I was losing it.
I know. Because it's emotional, man, and you think about your family and how when you die you're forgotten unless you gotta.
It brings it home. Yeah,
it totally
But
brings it home.
Coco has a happy ending, so I only give you 3 out of 5 stars.
Ending, I guess that's true, but
the concept of second death
through the emotional torture of it,
dude,
to watch it.
Isn't Coco's happy ending just you die again?
No, you get to go hang out with your family in real life, even though you die.
Well, until you're forgotten,
right.
until everyone in your family dies, and then everyone's forgotten.
The concept of second death is one of the saddest things that I've ever experienced.
It really makes you less comfortable about death.
Yeah, which I feel like this is a good moment just to ask our listeners to maybe please just remember us as long as you can.
Please put us on your ofrenda.
Because our kids won't.
Put a picture of me and Elliot and Joe on your ofrenda.
We'll be there. Mine is a Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, multiple times? You've watched it multiples?
Dude, I've watched Jojo Rabbit.
That's a great movie.
So many times. I think it might be in my top 3 favorite movies. And I'm only saying that because I can't think of 2 more that I love it so much. This is weird, but I yesterday got up because Grace is out of town and I'll occasionally turn the movie on. I've seen it so many times and I just was thinking about the movie and I started getting emotional.
Wow.
I love it so much.
Have you seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
The Wilder.
I don't know what that is. That a Taika Waititi?
Yeah. Was it his first
Taika
movie?
Waititi is the Oscar Isaac of directing.
I think it was his first movie.
Yes, he is.
Because that's before What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's Sam Neill and that young boy that was in Deadpool and shit.
Yep. I think my brother was talking about. I need. What's it called again?
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You got to see that, man.
That's good.
Another emotional, gut wrenching one is Brazil.
Oh,
I watch Brazil a lot.
I didn't go back to Brazil, but it's in that category for sure.
What? Yeah. What makes you go back to it, Steve? If
it's a beautiful piece of art that I like to look at because I love old movies like that are like directors getting to kind of make bizarre pieces of art.
If you've never seen it before, it's nuts. It's Terry Gilliam just let loose.
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro's got a really weird role in it.
And Bob Hoskins is in it. And it's most of the Pythons are in it too, I think.
I forget what's sadder, the director's cut or the regular cut?
The director's cut. Because the director's cut, the director's cut is the awful ending, and the other ones are like the Love Conquers All one, where like love.
The director's cut's where he's just like brain dead, right?
He's done. They basically gave him a lobotomy. Yeah.
Oh, I got another one. I don't watch it anymore, but when it first came out, I watched it a lot. But it's since went away, probably because I've had kids. Mystic River. is
I've never
another
seen
one.
that. Never seen
Never
it.
seen it.
Ooh, give it a go. Amazing acting. In it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. But
Real hard. And then I have a
not on my list. I can tell you.
You ever seen Working Girl?
No.
You ever seen 9 to 5?
Yes.
Good movie.
Another one that's in that list is Prisoners, which I have yet to watch, but I
Prisoners. You haven't seen Prisoners?
I've been afraid to watch it.
Dude, you gotta watch Prisoners. That's a dope ass movie.
Let me show you guys the trailer for
Okay.
Working Girl really quick.
I'm not giving up.
Oh wait, hang on.
Land of opportunity.
They're not gonna give you no
Old
shot.
trailers are so funny.
Hang on. I want you
Good
guys to
comments.
I want you to take a look at the hairstyles in this movie.
It's amazing how bad old trailers are.
Local girls like us.
I'm not giving up.
In the land of opportunity,
They're not gonna give you no shot test. They're gonna shoot you.
where dreams
ass.
are won and lost.
Spray me down?
Sorry?
Well, I can't very well walk around my own party clinging.
Wow.
About to get what she deserves.
These are some working girls.
I don't know what else to do. I need you to take over.
Do me a favor, be me. Be my secretary.
You do?
Whoa, is that Harrison Ford with some hair?
Thank you, Cynthia.
Hold all calls.
Look at Joan Cusack's hair, please.
Joan Cusack looks like she was electrocuted.
Yep.
You're right. That'll be all, Cynthia.
But how you look.
Ooh, damn, he was such a stud in the 90s, wasn't he, Harrison Ford?
For business.
This is definitely 80s.
God for sin. Is there anything wrong with that?
What a
20th
Ooh,
century
look at all the
Fox
hair.
presents
it is so much
Harrison
hair.
Ford.
A lot of hair.
That's the most hair in any movie ever.
Special. I had to carry you up 3 flights of stairs.
Sigourney Weaver.
This woman is my secretary.
She's not.
Oh, no? Ask her.
Melanie Griffith.
Well, I feel like that just gave away so much of the plot.
Compelling courtroom scenes? Count me in.
In a new film.
That's the 7th time they've shown the Statue of Liberty.
So much Statue
Do you
of
think it
Liberty.
takes
My
place
God.
in New York?
Also, I'm pretty sure Sigourney Weaver is always possessed by a demon.
She's always been what?
Possessed by a demon.
Just because of Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I just every time I see her, I'm like,
Being
something.
possessed by a demon energy.
She's always had that
I've seen
look.
Alien too, and she seems
Her and Tilda Swinton, big possessed by an alien energy
Yeah.
demon.
I don't know who else is on this list that I want to
Yes.
rattle off, but I will say Sigourney Weaver has always been on the. Upon first glance, I wouldn't think you were somebody that I would be attracted to. That kind of like turns me on, but then she is on that list.
I know.
There's just something about her. There's something about Sigourney Weaver.
alongside who's your big one? Not
Susan
Sigourney
Sarandon.
Weaver, but
Susan
who's
Sarandon.
Sue. There it is. Yep.
No, because she's already incredibly beautiful. And,
She's perfect.
perfect.
She's
and,
perfect.
Also, right here, Susan, come on in.
Yeah. Mine is the Dreyfus. It's my
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss?
Richard Dreyfus.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
Richard
incredibly attracted
Dreyfuss.
to her.
So I've got
I think she's beautiful.
I've got a would you rather for you boys
All right, let's hit it.
to rock us out of the PCast today.
Because Joe got a second beer, and I have to go all the way. I can't.
Would you rather, gentlemen?
Yes. Thanks for watching.
Black shirts
Back.
back. Would you rather be isolated for a month for $540,000?
Isolated.
Now hang on, I'm gonna get to this. Or be hunted for 24 hours for $1 billion. Now here's the caveats. Option 1, you are put in a 20 by 20 room with a bed, toilet, shower, and a shelf of books for 31 days. Food will come 3 times a day, but you have 0 human contact and you're alone for 31 days. which means no internet, nothing like that, no laptop. You get $540,000 after those 31 days. Option 2.
Such a specific number.
I know, it's weird. Option 2, you are hunted by world-renowned game hunters for 24 hours. You are given nothing to help you, and once it starts, you can't back out. But if you survive, you get $1 billion.
No.
I'm gonna need there's a lot of books I'm gonna be reading.
Yep. I'll be in my box. Thank you very much.
In my 20 by 20 room.
If anybody wanted to hunt me, I would die.
Especially if it's world-renowned.
Yeah.
World-renowned
game hunters. It's over.
Look,
Down
man.
in a billion.
Yeah, I'm out of my 20s. I'm out of my young 30s. The egotistical side of my ooh, I'm a man and I can do anything. It's gone.
Right.
I'm going to get obliterated. There's no world where I think I'm going to put me in with some books. Now, I know I'm completely underestimating how fucking hard isolation would probably be for a month. But with books, the fact that they said with books and with food.
With books is.
Yeah.
With food?
Yeah.
So you think you'd be
I'll
fine
sign
with just
up.
books and food?
I
Yeah.
don't even think you got
No human contact for 31 days?
Because I would also know that one of those humans isn't trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I also don't know if you guys know how I live, but it's pretty close to what you're describing. I don't know if you see behind me.
That's about a 2020 room, isn't it?
Elliot, are you about to get $540,000?
I think I
am. Damn, dude. Good luck.
A silhouette of a man with a gun walks up in the door behind him.
Oh, shit. All right. He chose the hunter option.
I like, Joe, your idea of walking out and being manly and trying to survive and then just immediately getting shot through the heart with an arrow.
Yeah.
One of those options doesn't include death. This is my problem with these would you rathers is what would you do, Steve? Are you like
I guess if I had to choose one, I would do the room with the books, but it would be pretty miserable for me.
Yeah.
Well, let's explore.
Well, you're a Gemini.
Let's explore the egotistical path, because if I was like, I can do this, I'm gonna survive. Here's how my dumb brain would try to ensure that in the moment. I would go, on your marks, get set, go. Do I get a head start? I jump in a car and I just never stop driving. Right? Yeah. That's what you would do.
You think there would be a car?
I don't know. It didn't say there wasn't. I could find one.
Wasn't. Yeah.
Isn't this?
You think that if you just drove and you didn't stop, they wouldn't get you? World-renowned hunters wouldn't be able to get you in a moving car.
I bet they'd find you.
I don't think you could get away from world-renowned hunters.
Am I hiding in my mattress? I don't know.
I do.
I love that idea. Opening up your mattress and getting into it, and then having your children sew it shut. Don't worry, your father,
Go ahead.
Your dad will be fine after 24 hours. Just let your father sleep in the mattress.
Just take the needle and put it through the. You got it. You know the pattern.
You got it, son. I love you too.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't there a thing though, the masculine urge meme, where the masculine urge to whatever, most guys have within them the desire to get in a car and just drive away forever?
Yeah, what is that?
I love it. I don't know what it is.
Is that a masculine thing, you think?
Sorry, kids. Maybe. Daddy's going out for milk and cigarettes, but also a world-renowned hunter is on my ass.
Never forget that, son. I love you. Sunglasses down, top down. Cadillac.
When I'm back,
7 Hunter S. Thompson books on my fucking.
Oh no, I'm blurry. It's an A24 movie over here. Oh, one more. Would you rather fight 4 16-year-olds, 10 11-year-olds, or 20 7-year-olds? You win $10,000 and bragging rights.
I might have been the strongest that I've ever been in my life at 16 years old. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell I would fight a 16-year-old. I wouldn't fight one 16-year-old.
Would you fight 27-year-olds?
That would still suck. Jackson's 8 and he hurts me. He hurts me.
Yeah, these are always tough because it's there's no way you're gonna survive that shit. All right. Well, anyway, guys. Hey, thanks for listening to today's Valleycast, huh?
That was
And
fun.
thank you also for all the photos from Movie Game,
Oh,
guys.
it's
You guys
been
have been
so wonderful.
really
you guys.
showing up. So thank you. It's the
We've gotten
coolest,
some
weirdest,
reviews.
most surreal thing.
People are having fun. There's yet
No
to
way,
be
really cool.
Yeah, there's been some good write-ups about it, and I've heard some good experiences, and that makes me happy. So it's been
awesome.
rad.
I'm so
Very beautiful.
happy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for supporting this shit.
A link in the description to the store for the remaining stock of movie games. So if you missed it, we have a Shopify up. Check it out. If you missed the expansions on the original Kickstarter, this is your chance to get those if you want them, and a lot of people are doing that. Yeah, there it is.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you all, and thank you for listening to us kooky boys have a nice time together and do bits and shit. We appreciate you.
What do you guys? Should we do it in person soon? What do you think?
Yeah, I'd love that. Let's do it.
I'm out next week, by the way. But
So not next week.
Not next week.
Yeah.
But
So
the
I'll
one
be at
after
school.
That.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, but I'd love
Maybe
to
the
do
one
that.
after
I
that.
miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss you guys too.
Let's do it, please. I would love that. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.